And good morning, everybody. This is Vinny Mileti with Mileti Law, the strongest name in the law. The date now is October 5th. It is a Tuesday. It is cold here in Brooklyn, 11223. Slightly chilly. Obviously, autumn weather is coming. I am unshaved and I have an unusually shaved head, which I'm noticing on this up close video. And today is just purpose of this video. Well, first of all, number one, subscribe in the link below. Get all kinds of free stuff, advice, cool stuff from the firm. You should also go to www.miletilaw.com, and you should also subscribe to the newsletter so you could always stay connected, stay in the know. And again, I constantly have stuff going out, constantly have stuff coming out published, all free advice that you can all use. I try to keep it. So I specialize in employment law and intellectual property, as well as e-commerce, regulatory stuff. So I try to usually keep it also relative to what's happening in the world around us. So this stuff is always highly relevant. So today, this real quick short video is just to talk about pregnancy. So one thing you're seeing now, especially with all the nurses, is the ladies who are pregnant, they don't want to, let's say they don't want to take the vaccination because they're concerned due to pregnancy related issues. Because remember, there was a point in time when there was a point in this world when being pregnant, you were considered immunocompromised, and you wouldn't take it. You wouldn't be into taking a vaccine because of the risk you would have to your pregnancy. So there was a point that was pre-March 2020, before COVID, because once COVID hit, all data science and common sense and logic historically went out the window. So the question just is whether or not you have a disability just because you're pregnant. The answer is no. Pregnancy in of itself is not a disability. It does not qualify you for the ADA. It has to be pregnancy plus something. Okay, so there are like 6 conditions. 4 that come off the top of my head are pregnancy-related, carpal tunnel syndrome that is associated with the pregnancy. Gestational diabetes is very common. Pregnancy-related sciatica is very common, and preeclampsia is also another common. Those are 4 items, usually the most common. There are 6 in total off the top of my head that I can think of that have actually been upheld in courts in New York. But those are kind of like the 4 most common ones. So that's essentially when you have pregnancy plus one of those, then you could potentially qualify for, you could qualify for a reasonable accommodation under the ADA. Reasonable accommodation could, just basically, it is whatever it's what kind of reasonable accommodation you need in the workplace to be able to perform your essential job functions. So that's just essentially where we also just keep in mind that being pregnant in of itself is not a disability. It needs to be pregnancy plus something, and then in order to qualify for the ADA, you need to show your employer how this pregnancy plus something is disability, how it affects your job performance, and then you need to get into that discussion of what reasonable accommodation do you need in order to be able to perform your essential functions of your job. So that's a very quick, short, brief video. This question comes up a lot. I hope this is helpful. Again, subscribe below in the YouTube channel. Sign up for the website, miletilaw.com, www.miletilaw.com. Obviously here for all your questions and concerns. Leave comments below, email me, whatever. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day. Yours in law is love and lifts. More to follow.